Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the extraordinary meeting of Handforth Town Council. Today, Tuesday, 10th of August 2021.
Microphone.
Possibly might get away with it. Can you not hear me at all? Right. Be quiet.
Actually,
No, guys.
I can't hear you.
Okay. One, two. Be like. One.
Great, thank you.
I shall start again. Welcome to the ExO meeting of Handforth Town Council, Tuesday, 10th of August 2021. Item 1, 21-22-1, to receive apologies for absence.
We've received apologies from Councillor Tolver. He's requested dispensation for absence from Council until November.
Yes, so the same email. It's due to his unfortunately unwell at this time. So I certainly don't have a problem in the council granting the dispensation. So any other comments?
No.
No. So we propose it. I'll actually propose that we accept the dispensation as requested by Councillor Tolver. Second.
I'll second it.
Okay.
Those in favour? Unanimous. Item 21-22-2, to note declarations of interest and requests for dispensation to discuss and vote on a matter in which member of court member has a disposable pecuniary or non-pecuniary interest. Remember any interest?
No.
Non-reported. Item 21-22-3, open forum. Comment and questions concerning items on the agenda which may be put to the council during this period. Matters which in the chairman's view by debate and or discussion will be referred to the next committee council meeting as appropriate. Public forum is restricted to 15 minutes unless the chair allows otherwise. Any members of the public have any questions or points to make?
Could you just explain what the personnel committee is doing?
Which committee?
Personnel.
Well, the personnel issues. That which is to do with employees of the council.
Not councillors.
No, because we're not employed.
Yeah, so it will just be a question.
Yes. In real terms, yes. Yes, Ian?
Yeah, the last, this is in connection with the last item on the committee makeup, which was triggered by the resignations. And just in connection with the resignations, the last we saw on the Handforth Parish Council website about the whole thing, including the investigations that are ongoing with Cheshire East. The last we heard about that was a rather severe and damning, potentially very significant letter from the monitoring officer of Cheshire East Council. There's been nothing since then on what's going on to try and resolve what happened and how to avoid it happening again. And I was wondering if there's any, also the local media have gone completely quiet after all the feeding frenzy on Jackie Weaver and all that good stuff. There's now been complete silence ever since about the whole issue. So my contention is that people of Handforth are severely lacking information about this whole thing. And the question specifically is there any reason specifically why Handforth Parish Council can't post a little summary of the current situation? Not going into any details that are not allowed by the barristers and so on at Cheshire East who are still investigating. But just to give an idea of what's happening and what we can expect in the way of announcements and when.
Okay, I understand your point, and I agree that we've all been sadly lacking information from those who are able to make these decisions. And there's always a danger if we just put a little bit out that it may get corrupted somewhere in the telling, but I understand that it's a good point that that may be an option. We still have to maintain the embargo, if you like, on information from Cheshire East, because anything that they have to discuss on which they may be looking to make a decision on, we wouldn't want to be the ones who caused a breach in any confidences that there are there. What we would like to see is, as we were expecting, a public meeting. Right, a public meeting which would demonstrate to everybody where everything is up to. And I do intend to write again this week to try and find out if there is a means by we can put certain information out that's no longer going to be discussed at a certain level at Cheshire East. So therefore, if it's not going to be discussed, will we therefore be able to give the information that we understand at this moment? Because if that line of inquiry has come to a full stop, then I don't see, I think you're the same view, that we should be able to make people Handforth aware of what's happened and what led to it. I know it might sound like I'm fobbing you off, but it's the best I can give at the moment.
That's appreciated. Yeah.
I can feel Ashley's eyes burning into me as I'm talking and making sure that I don't give any confidence to work.
Thank you.
Okay. Cynthia said it should be made aware, the public should be made aware that it's not all of Handforth Parish Council will be investigated. It's none of those who are sitting here this evening.
Right.
Good point made there, but again, good point made. What's appalling is what happens when it doesn't happen in September. It pushed back again. What's interesting is that if you want to Jackie Weaver, we still have Berkhill, Brewton, Talbot in control. It's only down to the final video that they've got. Not Cheshire East, that was the hope for bloody months and months and months that finally they would get together and they've exposed what they were. It hasn't happened. So people like Ashley still have a bunch against him. There's still social media, a certain person libelling all of you on social media, getting away with it. Cheshire East, there's the way to point the finger of blame.
As I said to Ian, I will be writing again and asking for something towards what Ian's asking for.
We found one team, Cheshire East.
You preach to the choir. Any more questions or comments? No, thank you. Item 21.22.4, room sign the minutes, the Handforth Parish Council meeting of the 13th of July 2021. Anybody have any issues on those minutes? No? No?
Sounds like I need to abstain. No, you sat through most of it in your.
Can I have a proposal to accept those minutes? Second. Thank you. It's accepted for the last meeting.
You're in favour?
It's a vote, that's a vote. Yes? One abstention?
Yeah.
(21-22-5), receive a report from the ExO.
Even everyone can everyone hear me about Mike?
Yep.
Right. First on the agenda, before I forget the dates, is the A34 and the A5 speeding issues or antisocial issues on the 555 and 34. The PCC has, or the new PCC, should I say, John Dwyer, has organised a meeting. It's been set back, but at the moment it is set for the 3rd of September. If there's any change on it, we'll be advertising everything on our social media sites. I'll be advertising it everywhere. If right took me enough, we can go to a public meeting and speak to Anne Cheshire East will be there as well, Highways.
That's the new date.
That's the new
The
date.
original date was the second.
Yes.
Because of the election.
We've been told it's a temporary date, but at the moment it looks like it will be the 3rd. That's what we've been told.
What's the venue, please, Gareth?
When I've got the details, I'll put them out. I think at the moment it's going to be Mac Town Hall, but we haven't had it confirmed. And why are we going to Mac Town Hall? Yeah, it's leave it with us.
Because the A34 and the A555 don't go through that.
I know. Leave it with us. That's what I was told, but yeah, I'll get the venue. Police will be there, Highways will be there, and obviously PCC will be there.
Can we email the planning commission and ask, can we have a meeting in Handforth?
It will be more than likely will be a Wilmslow meeting. I would imagine just because of venues. The A34 and the 555, 34 goes all the way through Wilmslow as well. Ideally, somewhere like the high school, which is the biggest venue. I would imagine it's going to be one of the venues that's mentioned. It'll be a collective of how we're going to do it. It's how the A34 and 555 will be dealt with as a whole, because we tried dealing with pockets of problems and little actions here and there, and it hasn't worked. We need to find out whether it is a design issue, if we can enforce it out, or what we can do. We're all pulling in different directions.
Can I ask, is that all that's going to be on the agenda?
That I know of. Why have you got different?
Because we've got many other issues that we need to discuss with the new PCC.
So this has been set up solely for the 34. So ourselves and Cheshire East have been doing work all around the 34 and the 555 for about 6 months. Well, at least 6 months. With monitoring equipment and enforcement on the roads. As soon as the PCC's come in, he's wanted to pull a meeting together for this to get everyone around the table. As far as a meeting regarding other issues, yeah, we can ask the question.
Will GMP be involved in that meeting on the level 5?
I will make sure they're invited, because we know, for those that don't know, anywhere on the A555 that is on Cheshire, the agreement when it went in is it's policed by Greater Manchester.
Yeah.
We don't police the 555, any part of it, whether it's Cheshire or not. Yeah, not a decision that was made locally. Yes, so they should be around the table. Whether they are or not, I don't know, but they'll be invited.
This is a public meeting now.
Yes. Yeah, hence we will be advertising when and where, because there are a lot of people that want to voice their concerns about this. The last 4 months, burglaries, theft of motor vehicles and theft from motor vehicles. Burglaries, all of which have gone down. In fact, touch wood, the last 5 weeks we've had absolutely nothing of any whatsoever. That coincides with arrests over the border and also elsewhere in the county as well, particularly with Catholic converter thefts that we've suffered with at Handforth Town and on the Sainsbury's in Wilmslow. It was all the same team. Theft of motor vehicles have been predominantly, certainly over the last month and a half, focused on board coopers. And we believe it is the keyless entry, and there's a fault on the.
So focused on what now?
Sorry, there's a fault on the modern Ford Cougars.
Ford Cougar.
Yeah, which they are aware about, and they're recalling all that, so they are doing their part. But yes, we've very quickly tried to advertise just in case. Not one or no one that someone that has, but make sure they get checked over. Off-road bikes. We know it's an issue. It's been an issue for years. However, the last 18 months, we seem to be approaching into the village more and more. We don't know the reasons because we think it's the same users that have been for years. For some reason, Deanrow Road, Wilmslow Road, and the loop that has now been created, going back to Travel 5, seems to be a nice little loop into style up Manchester Road, and we go back and go again. It's a difficult one for us. Not that we like to advertise it greatly, but we have almost no authority when it comes to pursuing motorbikes because of health and safety reasons. However, we do have a designated team that comes under Off Scrambler that the force has set up to deal with off-road bikes. It's our bike team basically. They use off-road bikes, they can pursue them. What we need is as exact as we can, times and dates. We know Sundays are the main issue, and we've narrowed it down to the roads that I've just mentioned. The more information people can give us, and the narrower I can narrow that down, is the more chance I have of getting that team up here to target those involved. Until then, it is literally hot luck when we get hold of them. I've done this for 14 years now, catching antisocial off-road bikes, unless they break down in front of you, it's a bit of a nightmare to get over. Stop. On that, we are starting to look at the electric scooters as well. The legislation hasn't caught up with these coming in, but we're just about getting there, and we've just about got answers of what we should and shouldn't be doing with them. Shouldn't have them. The fact is, you can't legally ride them on or off the road. They can only be used on private land. So seized by ourselves.
So will Josh please be going to the places where they sell these things?
Problem is, it's not illegal to sell them, and and that's the argument we've had. We put out just before Christmas to try and not be the Grinch. Please do not buy your children, etc., these bikes, because when we seize them, we're the ones that will end up getting blamed, because the places that are selling these were not telling, or believe weren't telling customers, by the way, you can only ride them on private land.
I take it you can't insist on having a list of the people who they've sold them to.
Again, it's not illegal to own one, it's just illegal if you're on public footpath or public highway. We're obviously in the summer holidays. We have got some summer sports activities going on. The aim is, between us as a team in Wilmslow, we're looking at 2 sports dates a week. Handforth as a whole, which includes Colshore, as far as from a policing perspective, we've got 4 of those dates. We've made sure that we're going to do at least 1 a week for the next 4 weeks going forward. We publicise the dates on our social media, but please check, spread the word. We have advertised them in some of the schools. Just 2-hour sessions, sports and craft sessions, which hopefully Cheshire Youth Service will support us with as well.
And that was passed on to Gareth and Ashley so that he can post it.
Yes, yeah, that's absolutely fine. That is it from me, unless anyone's got questions. I can take questions.
No? No questions? I'm sure what's that? Could I ask you guys if I'm just not leaving straight away?
No, I know, it's not good.
Yeah, thank you. Very much. Item last item, 21, 22, 6. Motion is to review the HTC committee membership following the co-option and election of new members with respect to finance, planning, environment and personnel committees. I'm not afraid to ask them.
Do you want to do them all in one go? Do you both want to join all the committees?
Yeah, some need vice chair, don't they? Vice chair.
The committee can elect those.
Say that?
The committee themselves can elect those, that's what the meeting,
Right.
yeah.
Committee would elect the chair and vice chair.
I
Oh,
want
vice chair, sorry.
to step down from the planning committee, but
On this one occasion, oh no, entirely, of
Yeah.
course, yes, yes, yeah.
I'm now a member of the building planning committee.
That means, oh no, that, yeah, yeah.
We've got the chairs.
Yes, you've got chairs of all the committees.
Yeah.
The committees themselves can elect their vice chairs. If you just want to,
If we can enable.
if they would like to join, yes, you can vote them on.
All the committees, so. Okay, well, I can forward, okay, the planning environment. But, if we are breaking it down a bit, I can walk through this.
Yeah, what I would say is that we'd like everyone to be a de facto member of the committee, should there be a requirement for a replacement for a member who can't be that particular planning meeting. And so everyone is a substitute. In effect. Yeah. Any- you want to do all of them? Great. Okay.
If the proposer and seconder vote, take time.
Those in favour? Unanimous. Thank you very much. That's the close of the meeting. Thank you very much for attending. Are we going to take this 5 minute break and then on to final?